What is happening? Rob here, Old City Vapor, back at you with another edition of Weird Wednesday. How y'all been doing? Usually my, Weird Wednesday stories have been, kind of my personal experiences and things that have happened in the house I grew up in, or this house, or maybe some of my friends' weird tales of ghostly experiences or whatever. And the last few, I've been kind of going in a little bit different direction with them. And the video actually that I had planned for this week is on hold at the moment because I got some more strange news from right here in my house. As many of you know, I'll be moving to a new house pretty soon. We had a house that's being built over the last couple of months, and it's almost done, and still got a little bit more to go, but not too much. And it's been kind of quiet around the house here for the last couple of months. Some weird things were happening there for a while, on and off, and that's kind of the way it goes here. Is weird things happen, and then just quiet. Nothing happens for a month, 2 months, sometimes 3 months, and then just out of the blue, weird things start happening again. Well, like I say, it's been kind of quiet around the house for the last couple of months. Nothing really, of any importance really has been happening. But we've been kind of getting ready to move, and we started packing up some stuff. Started a couple of weeks ago, and been doing some work in the house. My wife's brother and his wife and his family, they're going to be moving in here when we finally get out. So they've been doing some work in the house here. The 2 back bedrooms in the house have been everything's out of them, and carpet's been pulled up, done some work to the floors and some of the walls where we had a mishap with the hot water heater here about 6 months ago. But don't know what happened there, but made a big mess. Anyway, old houses and old water heaters. So yeah, the 2 back bedrooms have been pretty much disassembled. Everything's out of them. Carpet's been pulled up. Part of the floor has been repaired. They've been painted and everything. Along with the bathroom, the second bathroom that's down the hall, been pulling the tile off the floor and gonna do some work in the tub area and all that. So a lot of stuff been going on here lately, and like I say, we started getting some stuff packed up and getting ready to move. Been getting rid of a lot of stuff because I ain't dragging a lot of this crap with me to a new house. So we were talking, me and my wife were talking, a month ago or so, and we're like, yeah, it's been kind of quiet here, nothing's been going on, but with all this going on now, and I was getting ready to move and kind of, remodeling a lot of stuff here and all, that if anything's going to happen, it's probably going to start happening now. So, a few more weeks go by, nothing really happens. But in the last 2 weeks or so, you got it, things been happening. And it's kind of funny the way it's happened too, because my wife's she's been working a lot of doubles and stuff, and our hours are kind of flip-flopped right now. So a lot of times when I'm here, she's not here, or when she's here, I'm not here. The dogs are always here. But here as of lately, I've been hearing some strange noises and stuff and this and that. And, don't really think anything of it because I'm kind of used to it. So, it's like, what was that? Oh, well, just kind of blow it off. And, but here lately, the last week or so, especially, I've been, like kind of seeing things like shadowy weird things. And I guess, if you don't if you hear it is one thing, but when you start seeing things, kind of starts making me think, maybe there's a little more going on. So, be like in the living room or something, be sitting there watching a movie or something like that, and just kind of get this weird feeling, somebody's watching me, and kind of just shrug it off, and then I'd see like this shadowy thing kind of, move by on one of the walls or something real quick like. And I've been kind of noticing that all throughout the house, and especially in the last week or so. Didn't mention anything to my wife, didn't want to like get her wigged out or anything if I'm not here or something. Well, last night I was watching a movie, and it was one of those sucky movies too, where like just nothing's happening and the plot's not going anywhere, and it's just like I'm falling asleep. And I get this weird feeling like somebody's watching me, like somebody's standing right, if you can see that door back there, right in the archway. That archway leads out into the living room, and it felt like somebody was like standing there watching me. I kept looking over and I don't see anything, whatever. I wasn't watching a weird movie or something. It was some stupid thing that was supposed to be a comedy that just ended up sucking. I kept dozing off in it. I wake up and get that weird feeling, and a couple of times I look and I'd swear I saw like a shadowy thing or something, but it would disappear so fast. I'm like, I'm just seeing things, whatever. So I'm kind of dozing off again. One of my dogs is laying in my lap. She's all chilled out. And over the last week or so, the dogs have been really weird, acting really weird, really nervous. And she's in my lap. It wakes me up. She goes tearing ass out of my lap. Just comes flying off my lap. Flying out and like to the kitchen area, barking, just raising hell. Of course I'm looking around and I don't see anything there, whatever. She comes back, gets in my lap again. I attempt to watch this movie again, and starting to do one of these nodding off things. Again, tearing off my lap, barking. Like 10 minutes later, she's like barking, raising hell. Runs down the hallway, right through that door, down the hallway. The other dog is she's barking too, running right behind her. So I'm like, alright, and I get up, and kind of walk around, checking things out. Don't see anything. No big deal. A little while later, 10, 15 minutes later, I'm hearing noises like bump, bump, bump. Not seeing anything, but I'm hearing noises. Dogs are barking. They're freaking out. At this point, they're like banished from sitting in my lap, because every 10 minutes they're peeling off my lap, which can not be so comfortable when a dog that's laying in your lap decides to all of a sudden peel out on you. And yeah, you get my drift. So no, they're not in my lap now. I'm like, nope, you guys are done with that tonight. So sitting there, and one of my dogs starts growling, just laying on the floor at my feet, going, "Arr." And I look back in that little archway doorway there that leads down the hall to the back bedrooms, and when I look over at it, I would have swore I saw a shadowy figure in the doorway standing there. And as soon as I looked over at it, it was there for like a second, and then it was like gone. Which, of course, when it took off, my dogs took off, raising hell, barking like crazy, chasing chasing Mr. Shadow down the hallway, or something down the hallway. So then that one got my attention because I actually saw it. And I'm talking to my wife today, and I hadn't mentioned anything weird going on. And I keep looking in the camera, thinking I'm going to see somebody back there, but I haven't yet. But I was talking to my wife today at our lunch break, and she mentioned, she's like, have you noticed anything weird around the house lately? And I was like, huh, funny you should mention that. Hadn't said anything to her, about the last week or two. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, yeah, I know what you mean. I said, well, I have noticed, in the kitchen, a couple of the cabinets have been open, and a couple of the drawers open, and I shut them, and I come back, later, and they're open again. And she's like, yeah, that's seems to always happen here. And she's like, have you, seen any weird, I'm like, weird what? She's like, well, I've been seeing, a lot of shadows and stuff lately. Weird shadowy things. She goes, it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, funny you should mention that, because, and then I told her what happened to me last night. And she's like, yeah. She goes, remember we were talking about it several weeks ago. If something weird was going to happen, it's probably going to happen now. Well, last night, she didn't get home till about 6:30 in the morning. And last night, after the movie and after the shadowy thing in the hall and the doorway back there and all that, last night pretty much sucked, because I maybe got 2 hours sleep last night. Maybe. Probably not even that much. After that, I saw that, I started hearing noises again. Bump, bang, clank. The dogs are freaking out. They're on high alert. They're barking at every little noise now. They're just wired. And kind of there again, I'm like, well, I check it out. I don't see anything. Look, cabinets are all closed. So about the time I finally figure, well, I'm going to go to bed, because I got to get up and go to work in the morning. That really didn't happen. I went and got in bed, but about every 15 minutes I would hear something, something bumping, at one point I thought my wife came home, because I could have swore I heard somebody walking around in the house. And every 15 minutes, the dogs are tearing ass out of here, barking, chasing something down the hallway, chasing something in the living room, running to the back laundry room, running to the back bedroom, running here, running there, barking all over the house, barking, every 15 minutes. I got one of them chilled out, because I was like, I kind of had it, Got one of them chilled out, got her laid down, and was like, don't move. The other one was just total chaos. So I'm laying there in bed, and I hear a noise, which sounded like it came from the kitchen. It sounded like somebody had opened one of the cabinets and basically just went and shoved all the dishes out onto the floor. There's loud crashing, glass breaking noise. And of course I'm like, eyes wide open. Dogs, both of them, flip out, tearing ass into the living room, into the kitchen area. They're running in there, barking, raising hell. I get up, I go look, because I figured something had to fall out of one of the cabinets and break all over the floor. Just great. I'm not going to get any sleep tonight at all. So I go in there. No broken glass, no cabinet doors open, nothing. Just a loud crashing noise, and my dogs are running around looking everywhere. I gotta wonder, what do they see that I don't? So So yeah, the rest of the night was like that. Every 15 minutes, the dogs are just barking, barking. You know, about the time I doze off, here goes the dogs, barking, raising hell, chasing something, moving here, going there. I'm jumping up on the bed, running across me, just on full-on guard dog alert. And, you know, I'm yelling at them to shut up because I just want to go to sleep. I'm like, whatever. If they want to party in the kitchen, let them do it. Just leave them alone. But then I'm thinking, well, they are acting like guard dogs, so maybe that's a good thing. So my wife comes home 6:30. I actually managed to sleep from about 6:30ish to 8:30. So that's when I got my maybe 2 hours of sleep last night. The rest of it was just barely dozing off, waking up. Just barely dozing off, waking up, looking around, walking around, get back in bed. 15 minutes later, here it comes again. I would just think, well, hell, I'm tired. My mind's playing tricks on me. But my dogs are fully, like, looking really nervous and really excited and really kind of charged and not wanting to go to sleep at all. And usually at night when we go to bed, they're like, they're passed out. But nope, not last night. No, not at all. So, needless to say, I'm kind of tired right now. I'm enjoying a nice vape of April Moon from Alice in Vapeland. So anyways, that was the story last night. My wife gets home 6:30 or so in the morning. Of course, the dogs freak out, go running, barking. I wake up again, you know, and I heard her talking to him, so I knew it was legit. She was home. So I'm like, thank God, maybe they'll chill out now. So she came in and she was like, God, these dogs are like freaking out. And I'm like, you don't got to tell me. They've been freaking out all freaking night. And she's like, oh no, what does that mean? I said, you know exactly what that means. They've been on high alert all night. So they ain't hardly been to sleep at all. So she went and got in the shower. I'm kind of dozing off finally. One of the dogs is sitting by the bathroom door, you know, waiting for mom to get out of the shower. The other dog is in bed with me, taking up, you know, the 10-pound dachshund that feels like a 90-pound Rottweiler in the bed. I hear one of the dogs growling, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm so tired at that point that I'm asleep. I just totally blow it off. She gets out of the shower, and later on today, she had told me, she was like, did you get up after I came in? I'm like, no, I think I just passed out of sheer exhaustion, basically. And she was like, you didn't get up at all? And I'm like, no. Why? She goes, I was in the bathroom, and I could have swore you were in the other bathroom, which is on the other side of the wall of this bathroom. I was like, no, wasn't me. And she was like, I could have swore there was somebody in that bathroom clunking stuff around, walking around. I could hear footsteps. No, wasn't me. I was actually asleep for 120 minutes maybe. And she was like, it's weird because when I got out of the bathroom, the dogs were freaking out, and one of them was standing in the doorway growling at something. Like, yeah, sounds about right for our house. No idea what it was, but like I say, her brother and his wife and family, they're going to be moving in here when we get out of here. And, you know, we told them, hey, weird stuff happens. And they're like, we don't believe in any of that stuff. I'm like, okay. Once you lived here for 6 months, I'm going to check back in and see how you feel about it then. Who knows? They've lived here before, several years back. But the things weren't happening like that as often back then. But there were still some weird things going on. We used to live out in the garage apartment that is also here on the property, and we pretty much built that place from the ground up. And it has its own little weird quirks here and there. And who knows? My wife's dad did die here in the house, right in that living room, right out there. Maybe he's still around. He used to smoke cigarettes too. Maybe that's why we still get cigarette smoke every once in a while. But he's been gone for almost 8 years, so who knows? That's all I got. I'm going to upload this and go to bed. So, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching as always. We'll be back with more weird videos and juice reviews and this and that and who knows what else. Catch you guys later. Thanks for watching as always. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.